The types of animations we've been doing right now are simple keyframe animations. There's also the ability to cause translation along a path, as opposed to from point to point. I'm going to create a new timeline, and I'm going to call this one motion path. The motion path says I'm going to create or have some geometry that I want my sphere to follow over the course of this animation. I'm going to create that path by creating a large rectangle in the center of my artboard. The color is really unimportant because all I want is the geometry of the rectangle. With the rectangle selected, I go up to the Object menu and under Path, choose Convert to Motion Path. A dialog comes up asking me which element should be following the motion path. I wish to use the sphere. I can select it and press OK. Now the rectangle has served its purpose, so I really don't need it, so I'm going to select it and delete it. When I press play now on this timeline, the sphere follows where the rectangle was. If I move in the timeline to my sphere again, I can expand the render transform, and under translation, there's a motion path. The blue bars indicate at what time the motion path should start and at what time it should end, so I can drag these bars around to cause the animation to be faster or slower. Now that the entire motion path will take 5 seconds, the sphere will move more slowly. In the same way that I can set the repeat count on animations to loop forever, I can also right-click the timing bar on the motion path and edit its repeat count and tell it to repeat forever. You'll notice that when I added the timeline, by default, the window loaded received the motion path begin event. Now when I press F5, my sphere is going to start moving around in its rectangle, and then as soon as I touch one of the controls, it'll interrupt that animation and start the new one. The motion path geometry is like many other geometries in Blend, so with that element selected, you can actually see the path it's going to follow. If I use the Direct Selection tool, I can edit that geometry the same way I edit other elements' geometry, and I can drag the points around. Now when I press play, it'll follow the new path instead of the original one.